Welcome back to Wepner Farms Productions. It's been a few days since we sprayed off that new seeding alfalfa fields, and today we're going out to go replant them. So we got the alfalfa loaded up on the back of the truck, and now we're headed out to the field. Gosh, this all feels like deja vu again. Slinging more bags, hoping it grows. There she is, ready to rock and roll again. Look at these alfalfas. These alfalfas, there's a couple of them out here. You can see the little green blotches out there. We need to raise them for seed, we need to harvest them, and we need to use that for planting because that stuff don't die. Had 2 years of corn out here, coming back to hay now, and there's still alfalfa out here. Beaner's making sure that I do everything right today. He's in charge. I'm going to teach him how to plant later, and then I'm probably going to go find something else to do. I always like to start my field super duper square. I'll always take the grain drill and I'll back it right up to the ditch or woods or whatever's in the corner. And I'll set my planter down right in the ditch or corner, woods, whatever it might be there. Then I'll start planting. So I like to do headings on my track lines. We're gonna run this at a 90. It's a straight field. There you go. Got our first line. Hit done. Now we don't have to do anything the rest of the day. We can just sit here and watch. I'm actually not 100% sure what's going on here. Just thinks he owns the place. Just thinks he owns the place. So we got a good start planting. Needed a few too many rounds. I was thinking she was getting empty. That's not ideal. Oh yeah. We ran her pretty dry that time. So I thought I had more on there than I thought I had. This is really not good situation. So that last pass, probably gonna have to replant that for sure. And I guess I'll have to take a gander back before that, see if there's any more seed on or more planted, because we went a little bit too far. We should have filled up a little bit ago. You know, we could just consider this a test plot, and I know that I planted some alfalfa here, so really it should be an increased population, and we can just be like, hey, this row, it yielded 8,000 times more than the row next to it. Just plant a lot more alfalfa next time. But seriously, it kind of unfortunate that there's such a small grain box on the back, because like when this planter is plumb full planting, you can do a maximum, because we're planting 20 pounds of alfalfa to the acre, do a maximum of 10 acres with that, and that's taking every seed and putting it in the ground. So I mean, I always fill up probably about halfway, so every like 5 acres or so I'm filling up, and that's a lot of filling to do, especially getting a 20 acre field. You gotta fill 4 times, but it's whatever you gotta do to get the crops in the ground, I guess. And then I don't know what most other grain drills look like, but you saw when I opened that grass box up that it's a flat bottom on it. You think that they'd make a little cone so all the seed could fall in there, because if all the seed was falling in there, I maybe would have made it. But there's always like a good amount of alfalfa seed sitting there on the bottom, which I think is wasted space, because if it's not falling down there anyways, you gotta sit back there and babysit it and throw it in there to get it empty, then it's just a waste of time anyways. So that's just my thoughts on that. So here's something really weird that I don't understand. You can see right here, there's like green lines, and they do honestly, I mean, they're the right width and everything to be sprayer tracks, but I didn't drive the sprayer there. So I think it's really odd that those tracks are there, unless they're, I don't even know. I don't know what they're from. You can see them, they get maybe even a little greener up here. And it's especially weird because it is just the alfalfa that's growing there. All the grass that's in those tracks is all burnt off. And it's just, it's odd. Very peculiar. I don't understand it. So something really cool about this tractor, and I know I acted like it was a new thing in the Fendt, but I've always had it on this tractor. It's just a little bit more convenient in the Fendt how it's set up. But when I get to the end, I got the high-tech set up on here that I just press this number 2. It's gonna slow the tractor down. It's gonna pick up my planter. I do have to turn around here, and then I swing back to my next row, hit my auto steer button, and then come back here and press the number 1. It's gonna lower the planter down, hands free. It's gonna speed it back up to my 6.6 miles an hour that I have it set to, and then we head back down the field. And it makes it really easy to turn around. You don't have to be pressing gears or adjusting your throttle. Not that it's a big deal, but just makes life a little easier, makes it a little simpler to watch all the little things and not worry about the bigger things. So yeah, we're just gonna keep hammering down planting. We're coming up on about halfway. So when I get back to this end, I'm gonna check my seat again and make sure that I'm not out again, because that would be bad to do that twice in one field. It's bad enough that I did it once. So we're gonna keep making our rounds and get this stuff planted. Also, you probably see it, Big Ricky did not get around to fixing my windshield wiper yet. So now I get to stare at that thing all day. Just hanging around. Could use it to follow a marker line if I wanted to. Perfectly centered in my window. This monitor is set up with the auto turnaround feature too. So I never tried it, but I'm not sure for sure. This tractor might not be new enough to do it, but the monitor can handle it. I should try it sometime, but I know I need to have the boundary set up, and I didn't set up the boundary because that would involve me going all the way around the field, and we don't have RTK, so we can't save any of that stuff. So the only time we can use boundaries is if we use, you know, we got to make a new boundary every time we go out to plant or work in the field with this setup, which isn't a big deal. But as far as like planting, I'm gonna do my headlands last, so it makes no sense for me to do the perimeter first. So I just don't use it, not that big of a deal. So yeah, pretty cool features on this tractor though. Looks like we called her at the perfect time this time. I'm gonna get her loaded back up and keep rocking with her. So we just got done with the burn down field. Now we're gonna switch over that stuff that I sprayed that select on, the stuff that we didn't kill out. That's not at full population, so we do have the option to go back in there and plant more alfalfa if we choose to, which we're choosing to. So I just loaded up the planter the rest of the way. There's just shy, there should be about 375 pounds on there of alfalfa. and we're cutting her back to about 10 pounds the acre, a half rate, because we were planting 20 before. So now I just need to go here and I need to turn our rates down to about half of what we were, if I can figure out how to use a vice grips. So we're gonna loosen it up, and I got this set at about 63, so we're gonna have to go down pretty close to 30 there. And since this has a love connector, I'm gonna have to do this one at the same time. Otherwise, it's probably not gonna line up very good. I've done that once before. I turned the other one down and I didn't turn this one down. And it was a little bit of a situation. So we're gonna turn it down to about 30. If we can get it. There's a bunch of little alfalfa seeds in there, so it makes it a little more difficult to move. Turn this side a little more if we can. It don't want to move. We have to get our adjustable hammer out and give her a couple hits. So when you're setting, you really should always go past and then go back to where you want it. So this side I'm going to set at 35, because this side, for whatever reason, I don't think the flutes line up exactly the same. I've never measured it, but that side always runs out a lot slower than this side. So it's just kind of goofy. So I always set that one to put it on heavier, which it makes it put it on about the same. So yeah, we're gonna get these tightened back up now that they're set, and then we're gonna go start planting into that. If this don't hurt your eyes, I don't know what does. It doesn't look that bad, but alfalfa's pretty thin out here, so we're gonna hopefully thicken her up with this and hopefully have some good crops for the next 3 years off of this. So we're gonna keep hammering at her. I'm just about done. Gonna get done planting alfalfa, probably check in again before the end of planting, and then I think I'm gonna check and see how far they got on the barn, so stick around for that. I think this field is cursed. Every time I come in it decides to start raining. It's very nice and sunny over there. And you look over there, you can literally see the rain about a mile away. And it's been creeping in. I watched it, it was on that far away ridge. Now it's on this closest ridge, and I'm hopefully gonna get this planted before it gets here. It'd be pretty ideal if I got it done and then it rained. That'd be an ideal scenario, but I'd really hate to get rained out being this close. It's my last field. I just have that much and this much to do, and the headlands. Then I'll have all the alfalfa replanted, and it's gonna be close because it's like it's coming straight for me. Coming straight for me. We're collecting water droplets. Not good. Not good at all. Literally just want to finish the hay, and it is all junk on us. All rainy junk. We're pulling out. We're accumulating too much water. I repeat, too much water. The amount of times I've driven this tractor and planter home in the rain this year is ridiculous. It just don't quit. Every time I get the planter out, it rains. Why can't it rain after we get done planting? Like 5 more times across the field in the headlands, I would have had her. Literally probably 3 acres. Would have been done. But no. And I still got a limpy windshield wiper. So everything's all dirty. These water droplets are huge. And I made a huge mistake. This is why it's raining. Because I left my windows open. Now it's getting all soaking wet in here. Oh, what a good time. What a good time. Might as well just leave the keys on the side of the road and let someone steal it. because it's soaked. Good thing we got all the alfalfa bags in the planter, because we're getting wet. What do you think? I swear it's only raining here too, because it's sunny over there, sunny over there, sunny over there, sunny over there. Literal blue skies over there. Blue ones. There's one cloud in the sky, and it's raining on us. You know, if you wanted the night off, you could have just asked. You didn't have to pray for rain. Ricky and I got busy uncovering some piles, so I didn't film any of that because everything was wet and muddy and sticky and gross. So I figured I'd just come over here, show you guys the calf barn, what we got done so far. We got the steel on this last week, and then that poly on this last weekend. And then nothing has really changed on the inside. We obviously got steel on the roof, and the valleys are all done, but that was already done before. And then we'll go around to the back of the barn. Then they got the steel and poly on the back of this barn. Got trim on around those fans. Started out pretty nice. It's coming along slowly but surely. Should be able to get that one done tomorrow and be throwing poly around the outsides, I think, is the next step, and that should go up pretty quick. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.